That looks like a death to me, Bob.
Well, he really took one to the head.
Hello everyone, we're back. Hooray! Did you miss us? No, I didn't think you did. I got Joe. Joe? No, Joe. I've Adam here.
Critical hit.
That's staying. Alistair, what about you? We've also got Alistair.
Yeah, hello everybody.
And yeah, season 17, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's. I realised season 17 doesn't seem that long, but then I realised when I was looking at some of the teams who have returned, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's been that long.
Yeah, this is our 5th year.
Yeah, 5th year, 17th season. How exciting!
It is.
It is. Yeah. Right, we're gonna go through the teams, and then we have got my pretentious predictions at the end of this, and these two knobs can comment on if they disagree with me or not.
Which we will.
Which you will, obviously, I'm sure. Especially because they've already seen where Adam has been put in this, and he's all. I don't think he's happy.
I belong there, thank you. We'll see. We'll get there.
All right. First team. What we got? Oh, we got the Vermin. Last time out in season 14, they were the winners, and this is excluding reserve leagues and all that. So their last main season was back then, and they won it, of course. Was that the overtime season where you?
That was the overtime season. They played 15 as well, but they didn't do very well.
Did they? That's my mistake. They were in season 15. Oh well. Yeah, winners of season 14. 2 one-turn go runners makes them disgusting. Ugh.
And one's got 2 heads now.
There's a reason I lost that final.
That's right. You got to stomp on them. But they've had a few games sort of in reserves and that where they have been pitch cleared. You know.
They last season they were bruised and battered, weren't they?
Well, they lost their killer Storm Vermin, and you can see the other one has a niggle. So I've bought a thrower, which I don't know. I've just because of 2020 edition, just to see if I can incorporate it into Skaven gameplay. But I bet the gutter runners end up doing all the work, and the thrower just dies. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I feel like that team is going to live and die by your injury dice on your gutter runners. If you get a bad run of it.
It's not that. If the blitzers die, then this team scores 2 and the other team scores 2. If the gutter runners die, then you lose your team, but you win the game.
Basically. But as you can see, the gutter runners, because they started before we started properly naming them all, I've replaced 1. I mean, they're just not dying. There's famous last words, and they'll all get wiped out in the first game now. But yeah, they're all 3 of them are getting on the way to legendary.
Name your players is a meme that I think I started because of this team, actually. Because I was just fed up of ridiculously boring Skaven and boring dwarf names. It's just not fun.
Oh no, did you lose bum waste?
Oh, ages ago.
Oh no, what a tragedy.
I got so fed up with naming linemen, I went, Callum's not going to be happy, and I just let the computer choose it. But now Rob Top said I should just call them Vermin 1, Vermin 2, Vermin 3 from now on. Yeah. So I'm going to do that.
Rob calls them Rat 1, Rat 2, Rat 3. He's up to something like Rat 20.
The linemen just die.
Yeah. We're going to try and keep this concise, so we're going to jump over to the next team.
Next team.
Which is, of course, Rob Top's Skull. Winner of the Wheel of Knuckle 2, and I am going to have to go and ignore the fact that this is always doing this, and I'm going to go and break the illusion. There we are, illusion broken.
Peeking behind the curtain.
Norse team, no positionals, looks like it should be broken easily, but no, they seem to just do bits, don't they?
Yeah, it's it'll be interesting. He's on the fence as to whether to take any positionals. I think he's leaning to taking a couple, maybe filling them out. But it'll be interesting to see how far he can get with just the lineman fouling.
I was tempted to bring my lineman team in, the human lineman league, but I decided against it, just because we don't need another fouling season from me. What do you think of this team, Adam?
I think that he's missed out on the greatness that is the Berserkers, the Werewolves, and the Yeti. So if you're just lineman and there's no frenzy,
this team needs frenzy then.
I do feel like it's a Norska team, and in higher TV, Norska teams do fall off. So there is the possibility that because of AV7, everyone just dies.
Well, this is not higher than team value. They are the lowest team value in the league. They are lower than the rookie team that's in the league.
Okay. So the background of this is just for the new coaches. Wheel and Nuffle is a side we do sometimes where you're assigned a random team. And at the time, Rob Top was not keen on Norse at all. And of course, we only found this out when he drew Norse in the random roll. And he was just like, I'm just having a Norse team of all linemen. I'm just going to foul you all. And that's what he did. So that's why he hasn't got positionals and things. But now he's sort of coming back round to thinking he can do something with them. So fair play.
I can't remember. I think in Wheel Knuckle 2, I didn't have Norse. That was in Wheel Knuckle 3. I think I might have had Orcs in Wheel Knuckle 2.
Oh, so long ago now.
Yeah, we're talking 2 years ago. Anyway,
we'll do another Wheel of Nuffle in the future. But yeah, anyway, next
team. I have misspelled finishes. I've still misspelled finishes. Have I misspelled finishes? Yeah.
Finches.
Is that it?
It's fine. I mean, Lima always wins, but.
Editor Callum here. Just realised I made a huge mistake. When I pressed the M key, I accidentally muted my audio, so you couldn't hear me. So just because that will be, I normally lead these conversations, I end up not getting the audio, and then you end up not getting most of the audio. What we said about Liam's team, always finishes 5th. We discussed that Nigel Farage is probably going to end up being the next ball carrier unless he rolls Mighty Blow. And yeah, let's hope he gets a good season. And obviously Strong is hilarious with his strength up. And it's me next. Obviously we're going to just pretend that doesn't happen. Ignore that always. Yeah, team looks lovely in my opinion. And the fact that it's brittle as hell.
It's well developed.
It is well developed.
I mean, it's with a couple of catches and throwers. I know maybe not universally.
What happened to this team? Did you take a lot of casualties?
Have you heard of Phil?
I have.
In hushed whispers.
I got filled. I think it was this team's. They became semi-finalists. Actually, no, I didn't get filled. I got beat by Rob Top, wasn't it? I don't know. It was either Rob Top or Phil. They got the shit kicked out of them, and then but they've got a couple of niggles. Obviously, pass block's an interesting skill. It's my novelty on this team. Obviously, some people say, "Oh, it's the wrong skill." It's like, this is why I get it was this team that gave me the pin that told everyone that I don't play the meta. Occasionally I play the meta, but it's because of this that I eventually decided that which elves are catchers.
Are we? Yeah. Well, we'll definitely be returning to that conversation.
Let's have a conversation later. But yeah,
Do you think you'll be putting trying to get the name right, leader on one of well, probably on number 5 out of those two
Cesaro is
matches?
probably going to get leader, obviously. I remember Matt Oakley and Rob were doing the recaps when Cesaro was first hired. He criticised the idea of block on the thrower, and I explained he is a lineman, but costs 10k more, has the pass skill, and has throwing access.
Yeah.
That is what he is. He's not going on the line because I've got 3 people that will be doing that.
And you rolled a double, obviously, on the first skill up on the other thrower. So yeah, strong arm.
Yeah. No, still, he's weird because I was not that good at Blood Bowl, but I still managed to win the whole league.
That's right. Dump offs would be the weird skill on him.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
But we'll see what happens with this team. We'll see what happens with this team. They're going to either win or explode. That's what's going to happen with this team.
To be fair, that's every elf team. So.
That's right. There is no in between. And room to develop a fourth catcher into whatever you want.
Yes. Zinedine Zidane, superstar. We'll see what happens to him. Jumping on to the next team, we've got Freddy's Nightmares. It's good to see Barry back, isn't it, Alistair?
Barry's back. That's right.
He's back and he hasn't got a brand new rap. The story of AV9 and those 2 whites is hilarious, and I don't blame him for taking AV9 on those 2 whites.
I can't remember. It was they kept dying. The werewolves keep dying. Look, where is his werewolves gone?
The werewolves have only got 1 skill. The flesh golems have got no SPP. This is what Liam's team looked like a couple of years ago.
Yeah. And it is. I mean, this team's, I think, played in at least 2 seasons. They just every game somebody dies.
It is the curse.
It's literally every day, every game.
Regen is a fake skill.
The rat ogre killing a werewolf in the opening thing I did. That was this team's werewolf.
Oh dear. Yeah. What do you think, Adam?
I think the flesh golems not having block yet will really, really be very annoying. That's what I think. Also, there's not too much tackle on. There is a lot of dodge in the league, so it might be a few hard games at the beginning until those players have tackles and more blocks and things.
Sound analysis there. No arguments with
No.
the tackle. The tackle is going to be a skill that's going to get bought quite a lot. I think
he had reasons for taking the plus AV on the white, but I think that's the only little bit of bloat he's got on there.
Yeah. I remember my first ever league. The only reason I won with my Wood Elves so much is because I went with Blodge and all my pieces, and no one picked tackle. So my war dancers who were up in their faces just didn't fall down. And now everyone actually knows the gloriousness of tackle and defend against mighty blow piling on.
Yeah, the solution to it is just roll 6s.
Just
That's
and then you can punch whatever you like.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, but he has the whole 13 games to develop them. So by the end of the season, they could be something else.
Yes, the key word here is to develop them.
Yeah, don't die.
Let's go to the next team, which is another returning coach, Mr. Frazzle Dazzle, otherwise known as Fraser. And he was tossing and turning between these and his Zons. And I am so happy he's picked this team. These Dark Elves, Fate, Leather and Pleasure. It's a nice looking team. It does need a developing season here, but you can't. You look at that double guard and you're like, oh, this is going to be a good elf team.
Mighty Blow and a Blitzer.
Mighty Blow and a Blitzer, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, Adam?
I think it looks pretty strong. I think that could be a team that, with some development, could be one of the stronger elf teams of the league.
I do. Yeah. I always want to back Fraser, being one of my mates and all, but we'll see what happens. Sometimes Fraser shows up, Sometimes he doesn't, which is why this team finished 10th last time round.
My only question is, where are the assassins?
The league was probably quite bashy at the time.
Yeah, well, this one's got lots of AV7.
Mm.
Could try stabbing some opponents.
I could see an assassin being viable in this league, especially because he's only got 11 players. So player 12 assassin. Oh no, he dies. Oh well.
Yeah. I mean, I think it is. I think it was a bashy season. And a lot of the league was saying, "Don't bother with the assassins." They were a newer team, you know. It's like, no, get your witch elves and everything else first. Don't bother with an assassin.
I do think this team needs 2 more linemen to go on the line, because otherwise you're putting your guard on the line.
Yeah.
But it is AV8.
It's AV8, but remember what AV8 was like last season. What AV8 can be like.
I'm all too aware.
Yeah, we're all aware.
Feels like AV7 feels safer sometimes.
AV7 is safer because you don't care about claw.
I look at my peasants, and I think that you're so tanky, and then my Bretonian Blitzer gets punched once,
And your
just
bottom puck.
immediately breaks his leg.
No. Your Bretonian Blitzer. Yeah. Someone bases your Bretonian Blitzer, and you all of a sudden puck your bottom a little bit. It's very scary. But yeah, that's enough about this team and Bretonians. Until we get to the Bretonian team. Nurgle She wrote.
Back again.
And you're not complaining. Are you complaining about this team being back again?
Oh,
Yep,
not complaining.
I'm gonna say, let them win or kill them.
Right.
This team. You go, Alistair.
I'd say 16-10 TV. This is it now. There's no more Nurgle excuses about having to build or wait. This is it now. They're in their sweet spot TV. They should get within a shot within getting into the top 4 now.
Nurgle don't have a sweet spot. They just get better. He needs more rotters, but he's got a bank for that. Leon has been really inconsistent recently with these guys, which is a downside on the team. I rated them last season. I thought they were going to do it, but then Joe ended up having the better Nurgle team, and my jaw hit the floor because this was the more developed team, and turns out Joe must be a really good coach.
That's right.
I mean, Nurgle are just slow, so you do end up sat there relying on that specific dice roll at turn 8 or something like that if it's not gone entirely your way, and so it can be easy to fluff them.
Yeah,
I think.
he did have an edged up Pestigore who he could rely on to do that sort of thing, but that one seems to have disappeared. Yeah.
Well, all his skill choices are fine choices. I mean, he hasn't done anything weird. He's got his ball sucker, ball handler, and killer Pestigore all lined up. Front lines coming along.
Nothing
The question
truly
is, how did he get
meta-breaking.
so much SPP on the Beast of Nurgle? That is a lot of SPP.
Potentially halflings, skinks, goblins.
4 MVPs. So I'm looking at it through Blood Bowl. He's got 4 MVPs on it.
Okay, that'll be it then.
Yeah, right, fair enough.
4 casualties inflicted. That's it.
Good team. Move on to the next one. We have Bearers of the Plan. Obviously, we have to deal with the elephant in the room, is yet another Lizardman team. And you know what Lizardman team are like in this league.
They're cursed. That Nuffle hates Lizardmen team. I mean, you were saying, Adam, about your Lizardman team getting busted armor, and that's just Lizards in this
Yeah,
league.
that was Joe's. Yeah, they just
get murdered
apart straight away.
I mean, he did do a 1 dice with his Saurus on turn 16. What do you expect to happen?
Joe is a ballsy player. I'm quite happy that Dan brought this team in. They were in. Oh yeah, I didn't remember if they won that Neophyte. I guess they did.
I was surprised. I thought Glass Cannon Fodder won Neophyte 3, but no, they won Neophyte 3.
But because I played against them, and the God Skink, the Agi forward, just ran through me. twice over. So there's possibility, but it needs so much development.
Yeah, the
before it's ready.
Sauruses need to live. I mean, we could see in the first 2 to 3 games a few of these Sauruses getting block, and then being able to develop out from there. I mean, he needs to sack this AV6 skink. He can afford to replace it, so he's got to sack that. Say goodbye, skink.
He doesn't even
And
need the AV6 skink.
Yeah, I just.
Maybe he sat there ready for a Saurus to die inevitably.
He does need more to get some skills on those Saurus. It seems one of them, and let's point out this team is unnamed, so I'm disappointed. But there's only one Saurus that is named. That's got any skill, and it seems to be hogging all the SPP. Break tackle and that skill probably next because you've got block and dodge. So he's going to be a good Saurus, but we'll see.
Well, the thing is, once it's the same with all of these strength 4 guys that don't have block. As soon as one of them gets block, it just doubles the amount of casualties you get, or maybe not doubles, but it gives you a lot more casualties. So that's why leveling the last one's always the hardest, because you're not hitting you so much with them by then. So you have to try to get them all to level up at the same time. But yeah, once one gets blocked, this is not unusual. Then suddenly they're on their second skill before even somebody else has been able to level up,
Yeah, they are all in MVP range, so that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, yeah, definitely. So, I mean, though he has the potential, as long as he can survive 3 to 4 games, say, he could threaten the top 4.
I think he'll have fun.
Sack the AV6 skink just as a principle to get more SPP to get more MVP chances on your Saurus.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't want. I know he's got 5. It's not worth it. Having an AV6 skink is just not worth it. They're going to die eventually anyway.
Anyway, did you have one more thing to say, Adam?
Nope, I got nothing. I think he'll just have a fun time with them, and if it goes badly and they all die, he doesn't care about the team anyway.
Well, he's got his sleep badge for dude, so that'll be fun.
He also has a very fun halfling team that I thought he was going to bring, but I am disappointed in the fact that he's gone Liz instead of halflings. But
well, he went meme last time, didn't he, with the ogres, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Next team. Glass Cannon Fodder, the runners-up of Neophyte 3, and all these Neophytes are, when we started numbering the Neophytes, they're longer than that.
They are definitely had loads more than that, but I couldn't remember what we were up to.
So we officially started numbering Neophyte 1. Anyway, stats galore. This
I don't know what hacking has happened here to achieve this.
That is crazy team.
1 stat, 2 stat, 3 stat, 4, 5 stat, 6 stat. Oh shit. Unfortunately, unnamed players, apart from Ballista, and Howitzer, which means you can see who were the original players, and then you can see that he's realised that we name our players here, Andy.
But I think this team could storm this season because of all these stat ups.
I agree. They're pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
To be fair, I do regret putting them where I put them now. Actually, yeah. Oh.
I mean, I chainsawed a few of them back, and I think they were in the reserve league, and I had goblins, and I remember chainsawing and killing someone, but there were just too many to kill.
That's right.
Too many important stat-up players to murder. So even if he takes some casualties, he'll be like, well, I have another.
That's right.
Someone not shit has to go on the line. It's probably Howitzer, personally, because you've got 2 linemen and then probably Howitzer, 2 unskilled linemen and probably Howitzer on the line for game 1. When he gets to game 2, he then will have 3 linos to put on the line.
Yeah.
Probably has 1 too many players, but we'll see what happens.
I mean, AV7 average. I mean, they're probably some of them. They're not all going to survive, but like you say, there's enough of them will.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 3 agi up players, if you lose one, it's okay. You just got another, don't you? So, and you'll just roll another stat up, I guess.
Well, I can see that Agi up guard blitzer getting leap on their next skill. So it's like here we just have leap into here. We've got ourselves a guard assist for. Oh look, another leaping player who's going to come in and sack the ball.
smack. And then he's got a movement 9, add 5 catchers that's primed to become a 1-turner. At the moment, it's 2 pushes. It gets sprint, it's 1 push, you know.
I think they will do. They'll do well, or they will explode. That is the way.
That's the
right.
way. It's like, we will repeat that again. Do well or explode. On to not the final team, sorry, my mistake, but the Brett's team. The only Brett's team that we have this season.
I was waiting to see what Willem would put in.
I am happy to see the Noble Raiders in. They're a lovely looking team.
Yeah, they pitch cleared me in the reserve. The Skaven team in reserve.
Mighty Blow, Juggernaut on number 1 Corsica. The Juggernaut's a weird choice, but obviously after last season he might have chosen Piling On instead of Mighty Blow, but you never know. It's a good skill as it is.
But if you already have block, it's kind of meh. Unless you're frenzying people off the pitch. If that's the plan. If that next skill is frenzy, I think you have Juggernaut lets you treat it as pushes, doesn't it?
The principle is, it's like if you're blitzing the corner of a cage, you don't get based with the push as well, because you can you put an assist in, come in with your Mighty Blow, Juggernaut. Oh no, I rolled both down Skull. Oh well, I'll just use Juggernaut. And then of course Liam's strong and stable aren't so strong. Well, they are strong, but they're just not as stable.
I mean, that makes sense. I think the piling on is a missed opportunity, but that works. I could see that happening.
2 passers, a stripper, and a killer. Obviously, they all can catch. So I wonder who will become a more designated catching piece out of that team. Probably Epirus.
Yeah, he's taken the diving catch to go, I think, along with the Hail Mary pass he's put on.
I'm loving the Hail Mary pass. I've got to highlight that.
I like seeing it, and I like other people doing it just because of the crazy chaos aspect of it.
This team works with, because that is a 4+ catch, 50%. That's a 4+ catch 50% of the time. So it's a 4+, then a 75%. So what's that? That's 35. That's about 40%. That's a 40% desperation play, which is better than, say, a 1-turner from some teams.
I like it. I think it's a good team, and they're reasonably well developed considering they actually haven't. I don't think they've played that many games. But
they played Neophyte. They're 13th in Neophyte 2, which means there was 14 teams there, and then they played in the reserve league.
Oh right, okay.
So have they played in 2 reserve leagues? Maybe they have. Which means
I think the thing they're missing is a dirty player on a peasant. I'm surprised that wasn't like the number 1 thing.
Willem doesn't foul. Willem never fouls. Oh. These are honourable peasants.
Bretonians, it is the way.
These are honourable peasants. Come on.
No, but you get the peasants to do the fouling because they're not honourable and dirty peasants.
I'm tempted to get Willem here just to say.
That's why Polish Tomato Picker did all of the fouling for me.
It's funny, me and you are just going to be slating every bad choice this Brett's team makes.
Oh dear.
I think. I mean, they're not badly built, and he should actually do reasonably well with them. I mean, he got like a ton of casualties on the Skaven team. I think that's where he got a couple of extra level ups before putting them in. So I think he's reasonable.
Team needs more guard, and it needs the one that he needs to get stronger catching pieces, and ideally a slightly better thrower.
I think he has a good ball stripper, doesn't he? So I think the amount of wrestle here would be particularly good against all the elves running around with blodge. So
yeah,
all Willem needs to do is wrestle one to the ground and then get someone to foul them.
That's right.
And that counts. That's as good as a POW. So
good strategy. Don't tell him that. On to the next one. We have Dude, Where's My Orc? The disappointment of the season, I would say. I thought Ken would do much better than he did.
Oh, I really did as well. Yeah.
Has this team been through some sort of recession?
Yes.
I swear they had a lot more players than
They
this.
did, and it wasn't the clause. It was me, and probably Fraser constantly nagging him, saying, "Sack that, sack that, sack that." I'm still saying he's not sacked enough. He needs to sack Roadster at some point.
It's tragic that he got rid of the troll, but it's the right decision.
We streamed one of these games. I can't remember who streamed it with me, or if I did it on my own. But as soon as it was literally exactly what you're saying, like, it's like sack that, sack that, sack that. What are you doing? Why have you got the 16 players? Bloody hell!
Yeah, he was
But
at one point he was the highest TV of the league, wasn't he? Last season, it was ridiculous. Actually, no,
I
second
mean,
highest
That's
because of the
a
clause.
scarier team than what we faced last time.
Yeah.
I would say.
I mean, I know he likes his thrower, but I mean that strength 4, edge 4 blitzer. It's just perfect. I mean, he can do ball handling for you. I mean, I know he's already had a skill up before that with Mighty Blow, but you still use them for what they're there for, which is bashing people. But you know, is just this. Yeah, he's got all block on all these Black Hawks.
Running teams really they can afford a skill like that. They can afford have Mighty Blow as well, because what does he need? What does he need? He needs sure hands and a dodge on a double.
Yeah.
And then a movement up, it would be nice.
But I mean, there's no harm in experimenting with the thrower, but I'd sack that thrower as well. Not right now because you need him, but I would eventually sack it and just have 4 blitzers, 4 Black Hawks, and your 3 lines. Maybe another line in reserve. You've got your 3 lines to put on the field. You've got the transit can do all the ball handling for you.
I don't know. I think the thrower gives him a good alternate option to carrying the ball, because right now he has the blitzer that's 4 agi and then no one else you want to give it to really. So why not keep the thrower, and then eventually he'll die on his own. He'll be eventually focused down and killed, and then you can just not replace him.
Focused down for the sins of being the wrong player.
That's right.
Well, I assume he's still going to be carrying the ball, so I assume that's why he's going to die.
I mean, you can kind of still rely on other blitzers to pick up the ball because their movement 6. That some Orc players, that's why they just have ball handling on the blitzers, use the blitzers for it because they just move faster. But there is nothing wrong with having the thrower, really. It's just I'm a slightly different play style to Ken, that's all.
AV8 on an Orc team is just dangerous.
It is, though. Right. It is a little gap.
Let's jump to the next team.
Yeah.
Unless you've got something to say, Alistair?
All I was going to say is obviously he needs to get... I think he went a bit too over the top, cutting down to 10 players. He probably could have afforded... But he'll get another line Orc. That was... it's fine.
Right, let's jump to the next team, which is the Lucky Blockers.
I'm getting conniptions.
Pardon?
I'm getting conniptions. They beat me up.
They
with my Kislev team in the Neophyte, I think.
They are their own team to beat you.
They hurt my feelings.
They hurt your feelings and your bones.
They did.
Chris's luck has become self-aware, and it is scary. Because Chris is famous for making some silly 1-dice plays and not being punished. And I think he noticed that. And he's now self-aware. But Norse is still brittle, so this AV7's like AV9, I reckon.
Yeah. He'll probably go for a big guy. I don't know if he had a big guy and it died.
I don't think he did.
No. I think a Yeti would be... The Yeti is good, I mean...
I know why he hasn't got a big guy. It's because one of his Berserkers died, and I believe one of his runners died.
Okay. Yeah, so he's obviously saving for it because he's got 100k in the bank and 10 players. So I think we will be seeing the Yeti.
Oh, I think we have an invader. A lurker.
A lurker.
It's Rob Top. Hello.
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 Just being nosy.
Okay. Well, what do you think about the better Norse team? The Norse team
comment.
actual players other than linemen.
I like Berserkers. I think they're brilliant. The Yeti's good if there's a load of Armour 9 in the league. North runners are good if there's loads of strength 4 in the league, I guess. But it's all TV bloat to me.
It's all bloats.
So we'll just blow.
Oh, yeah. We're going to jump to.
And not enough dirty player, right, Rob?
We're going to jump to the
Well,
final.
I'm going to leave you to it.
Pun? Oh,
I'll leave you to it. I'll see you later.
okay. We're going to jump to the final returning team. I say returning. Team with skills. SPP. And that is the winners of Neophyte number 4, which is probably like Neophyte number 7 if we're being actual numbers. And that is Adam's Russian Strong team. Salty. Still stings. It still stings.
Well, I mean, how many more times can I leap one die you and get a POW? How
I don't
many
know.
more times?
Well,
we'll see.
We'll see. You got a season to do that. I guess I got dump off this time, so yeah, we'll see what happens with this team. You lead us through it, Adam. It's your team.
I mean, you're right. Yeah, I'm treating this as very much a developing season. I know Kislev require a lot of work, so I'm just hoping that nobody dies and I can actually start leveling up my blitzers, because currently my captures have been carrying me through it, and I need to level up other people instead. And I'm hoping Stalin rolls doubles and gets block.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Block,
It's a
stand firm, roll another double. Let's get dodge, make him blodge firm. Be hilarious. That's the dream. But you know.
If he dies, I'm going to call the next bear Khrushchev. So I've got an idea.
Really, you don't have a Khrushchev on this team? I'm surprised. Or did you have a Khrushchev?
Currently, it's Stalin and his cabinet. So if they all die, I'll slowly replace them with the next people in line.
Okay.
All
For
the way
sure.
up to Putin will be the final bear.
The final bear. If Putin dies, well, I guess we're not.
That's it. Well, we'll just have to hope someone else replaces Putin, so I can have a new bear.
Well, Stalin's obviously going to kill Trotsky for you anyway.
Yeah, I just thought I'd throw in Trotsky so he could be ice picked at some point.
Right then. Well, hey, perfect time for an assassin, eh?
That's right. They are difficult. I mean, your TV is so high, and it's the blitzers that push it up that high. Without block, 110k without block, and with skill like diving tackle, where you're going to want to be basing that'll be interesting for you.
I just need them to be. I got pretty lucky in a lot of my neophyte games, so if that could just continue,
you'll be fine. Oh, once they get blocked, they are awesome.
On to the final team, and this is Adam's Union of Ankle Biters. Not much to say. It's a rookie dwarf team. So, Adam, you've not had the luxury of facing yet, Adam, have you?
I have not. Do you expect much from this dwarf team?
No, but it's Adam. So
yes.
So yes.
I think dwarves are probably the best rookie team to bring in, because seeing how much block and tackle and all that you get. He's only brought in one Slayer, which loads of them. Like some dwarf coaches go one Slayer, one runner, and he's bought an apothecary rather than the 3 rerolls, and that's completely understandable. So I think I don't think he's going to be much of an underdog, even at the beginning, because George, it's not like he's starting with a team that's hardly got any skills on it. He's got the dwarves do have the right skills to make an impact.
I mean, the dream start is Skull versus the Union, because that would mean the two low team value teams will be fighting each other, and then Rob's fouling versus Adam, and he's going to be punching the armor value 7. We should see a lot of damage done, and hopefully, one less threat to the establishment.
I think what this dwarf team has thought is the last league was really bashy. The one before was really bashy too, and so we were all like, let's try a bit more agi, have more dodgy teams in, and then they were like, Let's bring in a dwarf team to deal with all these dodgy teams.
I don't think Adam
Well-
pays. I don't think Adam paid attention to last season. I think he
No.
just came in and he's like, he's just gonna do what he does.
He's just gonna punch some elves.
He's
He
just
was-
happy to punch elves.
He said he didn't want to be more elves or more undead because they're the teams he plays a lot of. He wanted to do something different, so he went for dwarves. And I think he should have gone for vampires. But anyway, I'm joking.
I'm hoping for a death roller before the end of the season.
Oh, he won't take a death. He's very much a meta coach, and death rollers are complete bloke. He's not going to. I would be very surprised if I saw him taking a death roller.
Death Roller is fun, and dwarves don't have fun. Anyway, onto my predictions, which are a bit pretentious and probably slightly wrong. I say the two people that are shoo-ins for the top four are the Undercity Vermin as requested. The teams that are fighting for those final two spots, in my opinion, are Skull, the Glass Cannon Fodder, Grabbed by the Ghoulies, the Union and the Ankle Biters, just because it's Adam, and Noble She Wrote. And obviously, I'm feeling a bit. I think I probably should put Glass Cannon Fodder in the green section, but they're there now. They're in the yellow.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, like I said, definitely glass. Some of these teams should be in green, but their coaches need to sort of bring their A game a bit more. That's all it really. I'm not trying to be derogatory to anybody, but bring so grab him by the ghoulies. He's got to stop throwing the final couple of games. It's like I'm going to be number 2 the whole season in, and then I'm just going to lose the last three games.
Yes.
I mean, they should be good. Werewolves hunting down, running away. Werewolves running down, running away. Elves who are trying to touch down, and you can just mercilessly hunt them down with Boris Johnson. I think they could do really well.
I mean, Dude, Where's My Orc should realistically be in the yellow. I've got some faith. I want you all to prove me wrong, by the way, but I do have some faith in Ken. I think he can do it. I think now he's cut out all the bloat and all the stuff. It is fine. He took a season, realised how crap the troll and the goblin was, and got rid of them. That's fair enough.
I mean, the troll and the goblin are for the one in the desperation play. And it's a lot of money for the desperation play.
Yeah, it's too much bloat for what you get out of it.
I mean, the only two teams that I have a slight... Actually, there's 3 teams I think. I think maybe I'd put myself in yellow because it's not as convinced having a second look. Glass Cannon Fodder probably be in the green. And Fake Leather and Pleasure probably should be in the yellow.
I'd put the Vermin in the yellow as well, personally.
The
I think
Vermin in the yellow with your guaranteed 2 touchdowns a turn.
No, I agree, because I have just a strong sixth sense that
they're all
game
gonna
one,
die.
you're going to be like, these gunner runners have never died before. You're going to get a death into death.
Just black.
And then one of them is going to get like an agi down, and you'll be like, well, I'm done.
They lost their last 2 games in the reserve. They got pitch cleared by one team, with enough missed next games. It was really, really difficult to stop. I think it was Leon's.
It
was yours, somebody else. Yeah,
it
might have been the last 3 games then.
I remember I went for an unnecessary 1-turn touchdown play. I fell over at the last hurdle. You picked the ball up. You tried to throw it back. Edril Sidewinder used his pass block, made 3 dodges, intercepted the ball, and then handed back off to the player who failed the 1 turn the previous turn to score and make the game out of your reach.
Just crazy. And I mean, you've got to remember, the gutter runners are awesome if they stay on the pit, but they're easy to knock out. Just get removals on them and stuff like that. So I'm not as confident. If I had better blitzers, I'd be more confident.
I think you're living and dying by your gutter runners. So maybe in the first few games, if you get a Claw Mighty Blow blitzer, then I would feel different. But at the moment, it's kind of like I could totally see you winning every single game, but I could also see your entire team dying.
Just being a disaster. So I don't want to be too big-headed,
I cannot wait to see my pass block come back and actually do something again.
That's right. It'd be useful. That's right.
I remember I changed the meta that so much that Barry ended up taking pass block on his next team. It was a Norse team, I believe. And I was so happy that pass block had made such an impact on someone.
This is the best mixed season we've had for a while. I mean, in terms of, we've got a good number of edge teams and passing teams and running teams and bashing teams. Like the last 2 seasons, I think, have been very, very bash heavy. So we are going a bit back into how we used to be, where we did have a bigger mix of different kind of teams, which is good to see. But it's anything. I mean, Russia's strong. You could get some decent level ups for the next, first 3 games, and then suddenly you just run away with it. It's 13 games is a long way to go.
That's true. Also, one of my blitzers could die, and I enter a death spiral.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, what we can do, since Alice, I'm assuming you're still on Blood Bowl 2 at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to continue to break the curtain since we already know this is just a PowerPoint. I'd like you to tell me who's playing who game week 1.
Right, I've got to kick it off.
And I'm going to get
Okay.
I'm going to insert a text box and we are going to find out who's playing who.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
The bearers of the plan
The bearers of the plan
versus Union of Ankle Biters.
versus Union of Ankle Biters.
You could, of course, truncate these names if you want to.
Yeah.
The Glass Cannon Fodder.
1 second. Glass Cannon Fodder versus
Nurgle She Wrote.
Nurgle She Wrote. Cool.
The Noble Raiders.
Noble Raiders.
Fake Leather and Pleasure.
Okay.
Dude, Where's My All?
I did it again, didn't I? I pressed the M key. Oh well, at least I know that problem now, and it will be fixed for future recaps. But let's have a quick look at what we said about the teams. We said we reckon the Ankle Biters would beat the Bearers of the Plan. We reckon the Glass Cannon Fodder would beat Nurgle She Wrote. We also went on a bit of a tangent about how Leon could do a lot of damage though, which would be nice. Leathers versus the Raiders, we said could go either way, but I think we all sided with the Leathers in the end. Dude, Where's My Orc versus Freddy's Nightmare. This game was the closest to a draw, but again, we all agreed that Ken was going to win this game. Lucky Blockers versus As Requested, we all said I was going to win it, though I obviously toned down the fact that Chris's luck is now self-aware. Russia Strong versus Grabbed by the Ghoulies. We all said the Ghoulies, but think about it now, I don't know. But anyway, we went with the Ghoulies, we're going to stay with the Ghoulies. And obviously, Adam made a point to notice that this is his 3rd game in a row where he is playing Necro. Because, of course, the semi-final and the final of Neophyte 4 were also against Necro. Finally, Undercity Vermin versus Skull. Very happy to see these two play each other early. We said the Vermin were going to win it. But Alistair was trying to say, oh no, it might not be a win. And then, me and Adam are pretty convinced he's going to win this. Anyway, that's it from me and Alistair and Adam from before. Naffle bless.